What's happening, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. So from the intro you see me applying some heat to my trunk emblem and taking it off, and I'll just go over that in a little bit. But I want to show you some products that I got today from a sponsor of mine, Aoonuauto. So before I even did YouTube, they were the ones that sponsored me. The original guys who made like the door sill lights were like these guys. These guys were like the originators of the door sill, not Bloom Car, not all those other whack companies, but it was Aoonuauto. And even before I did YouTube years ago, I had door sill lights for my 2016 Ram 1500 Bruce, and I still have the Hulk ones for my Subaru. And they got back in touch with me and they wanted me to do a quick installation of their Rear Subaru logo Rear Subaru emblem that I customized. Look at this. And obviously it functions as a nice piece where it can change colors and stuff like that to the beat, or fade in and out, or jump, or whatever the case might be. They also, in the box, they also made a custom logo for my 2021 Ram 2500 Cummins diesel. And this will work strictly as I could actually hook it up as a running light. They both take 12 volts of power, okay, but this one just has a box on it where it can change colors and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. So this one here, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be running it through the trunk, and I'll just attach it to a constant 12 volt source of power. Obviously I hooked it up to my battery on my trailer just so that everybody could see. Here's the connections right here, that everything works, everything functions. And they even send you some T-taps. They send you actually a free tester. They send you some electrical tape. So not bad. And here's the remote. It's just, simple remote, run-of-the-mill remotes for these boxes. But this will be a nice showpiece, like when I take the car to shows. If I have the trunk down, I can show this off. Or if I have the trunk open, obviously nobody's really gonna see it, but this is a really nice piece. All right, so let's go to the car. All right, guys, so this is what I was doing before at the start of the video. I did a quick time lapse on me taking it off. Obviously, I taped around the perimeter, taped over here really good for my carbon fiber parts. So once you tape around the entire emblem, okay, you start heating it up with the heat gun. Obviously, don't keep the heat gun in one spot. Just move around, move around, move around, and that glue is gonna loosen. Once the glue loosens, pull it off. You could take either a gift card, credit card, a pry tool or whatever, pry it off. And one of my specialties to use to clean off adhesive is freaking brake parts cleaner. Let me tell you, that shit will take damn near anything off, okay? And then what I did was, I'll link this in the description. I used my center punch, punched a hole, punched a dot right in the center, okay? And because they have holes to the sides, but we're not using those. So punched a hole directly to the center, and then use my step bit, okay? These should be in every guy who works on cars, drilling holes, doing things like that. These come in really, really, really handy. A step bit is really, really nice because what it does, it's literally steps where you can drill small to bigger holes without changing the bits, on demand. So that actually works really well like that. And I just wanted to show you, this is what I was talking about. These guys are the originators of door sills. So watch down there. I actually have it hooked up to my plunger, but it actually is on a switch as well. The Hulk. I've had this since, oh my God, it's been years, and it never blew, never had a problem, color never faded, never cracked, tough as nails. I've had stuff from this is the stuff here from Bloom Car. This shit lasted like a month. I just stuck it there because it just looks nice, but that shit is just, it's whack. You know what I mean? So many people get ripped off by them. But anyway, Aoonuauto, these guys are as I said, the originators of lighted door sills. It's freaking fantastic. Okay, so now what I gotta do, so since I got the hole drill, also what I did, guys, I took some black nail polish, painted the inside of the hole real quick, just in case, so it doesn't rust or anything like that. And then I'll do another once over. I'll clean this area down again and just get ready to stick it. So now the worst part, what I got to do is now I got to take off this backing right here. It's just pop clips, but I have star lighting in here. So now I got to really be careful of what I'm doing, because I don't want to freaking damage my star lighting. And what I have to do is I have to run power and ground to the emblem. And what I will do, I'll probably tap into, I do have power and ground running over here for my Lit Logos logo. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So that's easy. So I'll just tap into that. Guys, so what you would have to do if you were running this, you know, without any other accessories or whatever the case might be, you are gonna have to make sure you have enough wire. Okay, you're gonna have to have enough length of wire where you run it neat, run it down, and you're gonna have to attach it to a constant source of power. So you would probably tap this into like either obviously the ground, and then also like the brake light wire. That's what I would do as well. You would have to tap it into the brake light wire, and actually on this car I'll show you which one that is. I did another video and I'll do that in a sec. But that brake light wire, you would tap in there and you would literally have power on demand. So what you would have to do is you would literally have to use the remote that they give you to turn it on and off. Okay, so there's always gonna be power running to it. This is gonna just be the bridge right here that turns it on and off, okay? So just be mindful of that. So I'll talk to you guys in a second. All right guys, so got my tester, actually 2 testers, and what I did was, as I said before, I have my logo from Lit Logos right here, and that goes, it's a 12-volt system that goes into this box and converts it into a 5-volt system to run. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap into this right here. There's a blue wire, which I already checked, which is the ground, and the red is power. If you wanna know how to do that, guys, obviously you take your tester, okay? Now there's constant power running to this, okay? So you can take your tester, okay? I have a second battery over here. I'm gonna put it on my battery. I'm gonna put one of the leads right here. Okay, so it's touching that. And let me show you real quick. What I'm gonna do is, let's put this on the wing. Don't fall. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is, so since now I'm grounded, I'm just gonna poke. I'm gonna take my tester. You gotta turn the dial. There's like a V with some dashes over it. Okay, there's one V with like a tilde over it, like you know, with Spanish words, Hispanic words, and then you have one with a straight line and dashes. That's for like car stuff, 12-volt systems. Okay, so you put it right there. Okay, so now I'm grounded right here. And now all I gotta do, just poke this red wire to see how much voltage actually is coming into here. And it's 12 and a half, yep, 12.58. So this is a 12 volt, this is what we need, because this new emblem runs off of 12 volts, okay? So that's what we do. If you wanted to know which wire was the ground, because normally grounds are usually black. If you have a simple test light, you just put the test lead right here on the positive portion of the terminal. Okay, just want to show you this. So you put the test lead on the positive portion, and then you take your test light right here, and I'm gonna poke the blue wire. If this lights up, that wire is the ground wire. And there we go. So obviously on this right here, blue is the ground. Obviously red is the hot wire with 12 volts. So that's where I'm gonna be connecting this to. Okay, so now let me just take this off. I'm good, hold this. So as I said before, I just gotta take some pop clips off. Just gotta take some pop clips off and run the wire, feed the wire through here. And I'm gonna bring it right around this way right here and tap into this section right here. This section is tucked into here anyway, so you won't be able to see it. Oh, before I forget, guys, this emblem or logo, it is a 4-prong wire. Now, obviously, guys, it's not hard. There's arrows on here. Match up the arrows, connecting. But what you're gonna have to do is obviously run this portion through the top first, and then try to find it, join it, and then I'll be able to hide this box up in that panel and just tap these 2 wires right here. Okay, so they gave you these extensions right here just in case you needed them. I might not need this extension, but I'll just use it anyway. It doesn't matter. I might not need it, but I'll use it. All right, so just food for thought. All right, guys, so as from that previous clip that you saw me putting these taps on here. These actually are really, really, really good. I'll link these in the description. They're so freaking cool. Look at that. And so now let's test if this bad boy works. Right up here with the remote, bam. There you go, it works. Now I didn't glue it yet. I didn't pull off the adhesive tape yet. Also, something that you do need to know is that this acrylic is straight. This hood is a little bit oval, the surface, so you might have to like bend this a little bit, just to, you might have to flex it. It's not gonna stick all the way, okay? So I use some 3M tape to cover those stock holes, okay? So just food for thought. Hey guys, just want to give you guys some insight real quick. I noticed that I made a mistake on this video around almost close to 7 minutes, like 6 minutes and 40 something seconds, going towards 7 minutes. But the mistake I made was I was talking about tapping into the brake light as a constant source of power. I was thinking about something else because I have multiple projects going on, and because of multiple projects, my mind was just racing and thinking about something else. And I caught that in a video and I was like, wait, this is wrong. So tapping into the brake light for that emblem, all it's gonna do, it's gonna flash when you hit the brake. So that is not true. What you need to do is, if you're doing this from scratch, okay, get yourself an add a fuse or add a circuit, it's called. Okay, it looks just like this, and this car, the Subarus, take ATM fuses. Okay, so these are 15 amp fuses in here. Okay, and with the add a fuse, what happens is there are 2 slots for fuses. So what you need to do is you're gonna have to pull out your fuse panel cover and look to see which one, okay, and I'll put something up on the side, which one has a fuse that's a permanent connection or has a constant source of power. And usually, like say for instance, something that has a constant source of power, it's that door lock fuse. It's the top middle. It's a 15 amp fuse. It says door lock on the top. Your door locks constantly has power because the locks can work if the car is on or off. So that's the perfect fuse to tap into, and it's a 15 amp. So guess what? Just for shits and giggles, okay? Now, the add fuse looks just like this, okay? Notice there's 2 sets of slots, okay? So now what happens is your wire, that red wire from the logo, is gonna go into here, and you're gonna crimp it, okay? And you're gonna put most likely a 15 amp fuse will probably be too much, but you could put it on there. You could probably put a 5 amp fuse on there. I know for a fact that the power draw is not a lot on this because I actually have on my Blue Ghost app, I actually have like 2 logos on a switch and 3 different logos in my trunk on another switch, and I think the most it draws, it doesn't even draw 1 amp. 2 logos running can draw like anywhere from like 0.3 to 0.4 amps. 3 logos running, you're looking at anywhere from 0.4 to maybe 0.6 amps. So let's say, you know, the average is half an amp. You know what I mean? You could put like a 1 amp little glass inline fuse on there, or a 1 amp ATM fuse on there. So I would put I would go as far as doing like a 3 amp. 3 amp would be perfect. Okay, so I would definitely put a 3 amp ATM fuse on there, and you're straight. Okay, so pretty much what you got to do is, let me show you real quick. Just show you one of these fuses. So these are 15 amp fuses right here. Okay, so once you take out that door lock fuse, okay, that 15 amp door lock fuse, you're gonna put the door lock fuse in the bottom slot right here. You're gonna put it in there, and the 1 amp or 3 amp fuse that you're running for that logo in the back, you put it up here. Okay, because that fuse is directly responsible for this circuit right here. This line is running to your red wire, is going to be connected to this line. You crimp that, and then you connect the ground to a ground source, and you're straight. So this is going to feed constant power to that logo, and then you operate it with your remote, and that's really it. And obviously you plug this part now into where you took out that door lock fuse, and you're good. So you have full power right there. I just wanted to clear some things up. Obviously, you know, I mean, I made a mistake at the beginning, and I just wanted to clear it up for you guys, okay? All right, guys, look how clean that looks. The install is complete. What I did was I used 1-minute gasket maker or Permatex, just filled in the gaps like on the sides, and I painted it. I put some first I tried some nail polish, taped it off, and then just to fill up the gaps, I used gloss black spray paint. Just make sure if you're using that stuff, make sure you cover around the area, stuff like that, so you don't mess up your OEM paint. And if you do get any overspray, guys, brake parts cleaner will take that bad boy right off. But this thing looks super nice, super clean, super clean. Obviously I gotta clean down my trunk because I just want to show you this real quick. Looks good even underneath. Looks really good. Obviously the acrylic doesn't curve, so that's where the issue came in. And now, even if I didn't use gasket maker, this would have been fine. This would have held up. This would have held up perfectly. Nothing would have been wrong with it. I just wanted to fill in the sides to cover up like where the other 2 holes were, stuff like that. But I just want to show you this real quick. All right, guys. So I turned off the light so at least you could see this. Now, this with the remote. Obviously, the way I wired this up, I didn't wire it to a running light or anything like that. I wired it so I can get power on demand. So I hooked it up to an active 12-volt source, so the remote is going to turn this on. Now guys, just be sure, if you ever disconnect your battery and reconnect your battery, there is a chance that you're going to trip this to go off. So obviously keep your remotes on handy to turn it off. But here we go. Now this is a basic remote, has like your colors and stuff like that, has a music mode, has a fade mode. The fade mode looks like this. It's pretty nice, right? And if you have it on stagnant color mode, or let's say white, press the white button. These 2 options in the upper left-hand corner can either change, obviously, the brightness setting. So look, if I keep pressing it, all the way to the dimmest setting. And then you could raise it up to the brightest setting that you like. And that's really it. But that only works on stagnant colors. So now, once it's fading, those same 2 upper left-hand control buttons, they work on the speed of the fade. So obviously, if you keep hitting the lower button, look at that. It takes long to transition into the other color. But now, I'm gonna raise it up, full blast. Keep going, come on. Watch how fast it fades into the other color. So Once it's in fade or music mode, that settings button controls the speed of it. If it's on a singular color, it'll control the brightness of the singular color like this. See it? And that's it. So guys, definitely like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Aoonuauto, thanks a lot again for sending this to me. Guys, the only hiccup that you're gonna have, as I said before, is the fact that the acrylic is not curved. Acrylic is not curved, so you're gonna have to fill in the sides if you'd like. But the 3M tape would be perfect. All right? And I will talk to you guys soon. Take it easy.